Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got the possums out now. Like, it's a big party. Yeah. It's a water party, you heard me? Yeah. And anybody in the way, it's going down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all that because these suckers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. So while that's going on, it's still raining now.
Yeah.
So I noticed, I'm like, well, the French Quarter, that's where the tourists go. They only got like 2, 3, 4 feet of water. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, they really did that. Yeah, I'm like, is this the damn King Alfred? This is a test run?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the time, you know what I'm saying, I didn't put the so-called military document, but I'm like, is this part of something?
Yeah, something military.
Right, and I'm like, it makes sense. So I'm telling my people, I'm like, look, this don't make sense.
Yeah.
So the corporate security guard, they gone, right? They gone. I'm talking about, dude, we seen the dudes like, I'm out of here. Now, mind you, the lights off.
Yeah.
It's hot. People hungry. People on the houses. You feel me? No military. This day one. No military. No nothing. No food. No nothing. They got animals.
Yeah.
We got goons out there. I'm talking about dudes that just don't give a care. They got dudes get the jails bust open. So everybody out.
For real.
It's like a purge for real. It's a big meat fest.
Yeah.
And everybody invited who's everybody. If you're scared, go. You shouldn't be here.
Straight.
So what's your name?
Giselle LaBeouf.
And Giselle, where are you from?
From New Orleans, approximately 2 blocks over and 4 blocks up.
From the levee?
Correct.
Okay, and where were you when you heard about the hurricane?
I was in Charlottetown, Mississippi. I left 11:30 that Sunday morning before the hurricane.
And what happened to your home?
12 feet of water from the ceiling.
And were you able to return? When were you able to return to your home?
6 weeks ago today.
6 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. This is 2 years then after that happened?
Correct.
And so what shape was the house in?
It's fixed.
It's fixed?
It's renovated, correct.
And who helped you with that?
His name, my contractor, his name is Earl Myers Jr.
Okay. And so the insurance company did you good?
Actually, it was the road home.
Okay. The what?
The road home.
Okay. My goodness. And so you have a lot of friends then who are scattered throughout the country and...
between this bridge and the next bridge over, it's only 3 of us on that block.
3 in the entire block by the levee. Now, have you been in communication with people throughout the country who got shipped out of here?
Yeah. Majority of them are in Houston, Texas.
Okay. And how many in Houston?
Basically, my friends.
Yes.
All of them.
Okay. And what would you say if someone told you that, why would people want to come back to a hurricane area?
Because this is their home. And they want to come home. Some don't, but I think in the near future, they would want to come back. Me personally, I wanted to come back. Because I was in Hurricane Betsy, which was 40 years ago from...
Oh, that's what I thought.
Katrina.
All right, good.
But it was September the 9th, 1965, and Katrina was August 29th, 2005.
Yeah, I thought you were quoting history because you look like you're 40.
Yeah, well...
So where were you with Hurricane Betsy?
I had just started the first day of school, kindergarten.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I done told my age now. And I was a mile away from where we're standing now. But
you were 1 mile away, and the levee held then, obviously.
No, actually, they dynamited the levee because I had an uncle who worked for the Corps of Engineers, which he's deceased now. And he called and said, y'all get out of there and tell the neighbors to get out because they're getting ready to dynamite the levee.
And they dynamited the levee to release the water so that other sections wouldn't flood.
Correct.
And so what do you say about people who say they did that this time? So it's just the water and the levee needed rebuilt, and it was just the pressure of the water.
Correct. Because they didn't want the 17th Street Canal, it breached. Okay? But here, my friends, the ones who stayed,
Sure.
they said the sun was shining like this.
Oh my.
And they say all of a sudden, they thought somebody had cut the fire hydrant on. Water just went to pouring from everywhere.
So you're unusual. You were near the levee and your house was rebuilt.
Correct. And my neighbor, I have 2 more neighbors. She's renovating. She'll be in her home the 20th of September. And my other neighbor, he has upstairs and downstairs. He's upstairs, but he's renovating downstairs now.
Unbelievable.
And that's it on Jordan Avenue. In a 5-block radius, 3 people are back.
That's unbelievable. And this is your home?
This is my home.
Okay, your name again is?
Giselle LaBeouf.
Okay. Thank you from Blessed Furnace TV, Giselle. Thank you for your time.
Okay, you're welcome.
So,
Shit.
I mean, it's dark now.
Yeah.
It's dark. And the dark, I don't know what city you go to, but when them lights go off,
Yeah.
no electricity. It's hot at night.
Yeah.
So these dudes stealing, people breaking into houses, breaking into stores,
Yeah.
but they're not stealing food.
Yeah. They stealing like TVs and stupid shit.
Bruh, my mama had like 6 computers, 10
Yeah.
TVs, 2 deep freezer, 2 refrigerators.
With no electricity.
No electricity. Guess what? Now she gone. I got out of the way.
Yeah.
They took all that and excuse me. They left, bruh. My mama had 1 deep freezer with just meat.
Yeah.
1 deep freezers with just seafood. 1 refrigerator with fruits.
They left those shit.
1 refrigerator with just vegetables.
Yeah.
They left everything there. By the time I got back, everything was still, because she froze. We plugged a hose pipe, you feel me?
Yeah.
And sprayed everything in there
Right.
so it could freeze.
Yeah.
So when the lights come off, and, you know what I'm saying, we gotta come back.
Yeah.
We got a little something to
Yeah.
barbecue or whatever,
Right.
you feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm going in and I'm like, so it's the project, right? So what they did was, you know, the project got the sheetrock, but they got bricks. But some of them got the sheetrock.
Right.
What they did was they couldn't get in the house because, you know, you got the project doors.
Right.
You hear me? So they took water and wet the sheetrock
And then went
through the wall. And I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all got that.
Yeah.
That's very clever.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you ain't hungry?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, wow, all this going on. This what, hour 3, 4?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
even into days yet.
Yeah, we're not even to days yet. So now, women get raped. You feel me?
Yeah. We're hearing about all that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? When women get raped, you feel me? Still no water, no nothing, bro. I mean, people, next thing you know, you starting to see graves raised up. You starting to see bodies. So you like, hold up, that ain't a grave. Who's that?
Yeah.
Well, the corporate security guard, the one that was left, they start killing people. So that's why the whole city turned up.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
It was clear, he specifically said, for us to shoot looters.
A New Orleans police captain is breaking his silence tonight about what he says really happened in the chaotic days following Hurricane Katrina. We begin this evening with an I-team investigation. As we near the 5th anniversary of the storm, a high-ranking member of the NOPD is revealing information about a special meeting involving the department's top brass and an order that was handed down shortly after the storm.
WDSU I-team investigative reporter Travers Mackel is live with a story you will only see on 6.
Rachel, in the days following Hurricane Katrina, when most of the city was underwater, many high-ranking members in the New Orleans Police Department were called to a meeting at the shuttered Harris Casino downtown, and they were told by the man in charge to shoot looters. Now, one person at that meeting is speaking out. Captain Harry Mendoza currently runs the police department's training academy. Mendoza and at least one other officer at that meeting both say then Deputy Superintendent Warren Riley, the man who would go on to become police chief in New Orleans, gave an order to everyone at the meeting that they were taking the streets back. The message, do what you have to do.
Chief Riley, at that time, called together all the people that we had collectively were involved in our operation there and made an announcement to that entire group where he instructed the members of the New Orleans Police Department that on this day he was initiating that we begin to shoot looters in the city of New Orleans, that he was ordering us to take the street back and to start shooting looters that day. When questioned about that specific order, his response was, if you can sleep with it, I'm ordering it done.
Mendoza says it's an order he refused to give. Warren Riley's attorney says the former superintendent knows about the situation, and if called to testify in court, he will answer the appropriate questions at the appropriate time. So what does this mean for the numerous federal investigations into the NOPD? Will it serve as a defense for the officers charged with murder and attempted murder? And what else is Mendoza saying about this meeting? We're working on that part of this developing story, and we'll have the answers for you tonight at 10. Rachel?
Thanks, Travers. In an effort to achieve full transparency, new police superintendent Ronald Surpass gave Mendoza and any other high-ranking officer at that meeting permission to discuss what was said. Mendoza and Riley have a history of conflict that culminated with Mendoza's termination from the force in 2006, shortly after Riley became superintendent. Riley says he fired Mendoza after he caught him playing tennis and lifting weights while on the clock. Mendoza denied the charge and challenged the firing. Federal and state courts, along with the city's Civil Service Commission, ruled in favor of Mendoza, who was reinstated to the force back in 2008.
Yeah. You don't got that much help.
Right. That's why they gotta leave, because they're outnumbered or whatever.
Yeah, they outnumbered.
All they got is more than people is bullets.
Right.
When those run out, you're
That's
done
a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they already got like an attitude problem anyway.
Yeah.
So why this going on, bro? Next thing you know, the gangs clicked up. Now they got a turf war. Now you in some bull. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't from the street,
emergence,
right? All this going on.
They got time for.
They got time for a turf war.
Yeah.
So if you ain't really from the streets, you don't know the parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know what's going on, and in so-called New Orleans, like you'll be like, don't go down there. Like they actually got a map. If you look at it, it's like that's the safe zone. That's not the safe zone.
Yeah.
You might get popped up. You might don't. You might get harassed. They're like, it's the hood code thing. You feel me? But it's called Crescent City and it's called Chopper City. So that stuff that they put on the internet about other so-called cities, I be like, bro, they don't even report New Orleans. That's how bad it is. No more. Still to this day, they don't even report it. It's like
no. With regard to that, because one of the things that I remember, I think Brother Aleem or Phil Valentine was talking about, I think it was Brother Aleem, was that a lot of those people out there in that jurisdiction of where everything happened, Katrina and all that stuff, one, a lot of those people there were native.
Right.
And then two, a lot of those people actually had land deeds and stuff like that.
Right.
So to bring in the water is basically to wash them out so that they can, after everything recede or whatever, and dead people and all that stuff, they clean up and then they take over quote unquote Crescent City or whatever.
Well, that is true, because most houses, the high was like in the Ninth Ward was 80 grand was the highest.
Yeah.
Fat Domino's.
Right.
The famous musician. He had a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They redid it. And what happened was, you feel me? That's what they was doing. It was a direct ritual against the Moors.
Yeah.
Unconscious Moors. First of all, it's called Crescent City.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Crescent City is all over. You know what I'm saying? The so-called corporate security guard, the city symbol or whatever, you feel me? So they wanted to do that, you feel me? Because the rent went from between 3 to 4. I had a 2-bedroom apartment for 500 Federal Reserve notes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it went from 500 to 900.
Yeah.
After the storm.
For real.
Yes, I'm like, are you serious? That's what it skyrocketed. You know what I'm saying? So all these new businesses start coming in because of that, like you saying, they wanted to take over. Yeah, they wanted to do that anyway. Yeah. For the simple fact, and it just was that, it was like that, like now our consciousness is like, woof, woof, woof.
Yeah.
So they wanted to be like, look.
Tap in early.
Yeah, they wanted it to happen early because around that time, you feel me,